All right, there's a couple of ways to teach this lesson. I think maybe I'll try both, and that way you can kind of decide what you like or how you like to do it best. This one, they actually have an equation that they use every time. So we can write that one down. The amount, which is just like the total amount, is equal to the percent times the base. So they use that equation, and it just doesn't matter what they give you in the problem. They usually give you 2 out of the 3 things that you need, and then you can solve for the other one. So for example, they gave you 15% of 80 is what number? So 15% is the percent, 80 is the base. Also remember that of usually means multiply. So right here they said of means to multiply, but it's usually. So you want to put in here usually means, because sometimes it doesn't mean that. And then they just plugged in the percent and the base, times them together. Don't forget, always change your percent to a decimal or a fraction. And they multiplied them to get the amount. The second one, it said 39 is what percent of 60? So 39 is the amount. Is usually means equals. So 39 came before the equal sign. So this 39 is going to go here. What percent? That's the part you don't know. So you'll put variable here. They used P for the variable. And then of is times. So 60 is the base. When you times a number and a variable, you usually put the number first, and then you can divide by 60, and you get 39 divided by 60 is 65%. You have to remember that when you're solving percent, 4%, and if you're using this method, you want to, just a minute, I got this. You want to, when you solve for percent, you get a decimal, and then you've got to change it like back to a percent. So the other way to do it, which they don't explain in here, is you could write a proportion, which is 2 fractions that are equal to each other. So we have a fraction equal to another fraction, and I do, let's see, is over of. Now of is basically the number you want to put here is the number right after the word of. Exactly, like the right after, immediately after. So the number after of. So you do is over of equals the percent. So whatever percent they give you, the number percent over 100. And then you can cross multiply. So you put in your 3 values and cross multiply. So let me show you with the examples that they gave you. So 15% goes in the percent spot. So we have our 2 fractions here. 15 goes here over 100. Of, do you see that? The number that comes right after of goes here. This is the one we don't know. So you can cross multiply, and you get 100x is equal to 15 times 80. Then when you do 15 times 80, you get like a really big number, 1200, right? 1200. And then when you divide by 100, that gives you the actual number, which is 12. Okay, the second one, 39 is, so what percent of 60? So we don't know the percent, so I put a P here over 100. Of, there's that word of, and then is going to be 39. When you cross multiply, you get 60, P equals 39 times 100. And when you divide by 60, there's the part, like they had a fraction right here, and then they had to times by 100 to get it to the percent. But when you do it this way, you just get it right in the percent, and you just have to remember to label it percent. So we're going to do some examples. I only have 2 problems in my set, so I'm going to do them both ways, I guess. Or maybe I'll do one of them one way and one of them the other way. That way, then you can kind of decide what you'd like to do. or which one you like best, okay? So here we go. The first one, I'll use the formula that they gave you. 75% of what is 33? So I know 33 is the amount, equal 75 is a percent. So I'm going to do 0.75, and the base, we don't know what it is. So if I just do 33 divided by 0.75, I'll get the total amount. So let's just use our calculator they gave us. 33 divided by 0.75, and it's 44. So then we're just going to plug in 44 here. For the second problem, I'm going to do the ratio. So we have 51 is what percent of 60? So of, the word of is there, so I know 60 goes right here. What percent means we don't know what the percent is, and then we have 51. So I'm going to do 5100 and then divide by 60, because 60p equals 51 times 100. So I just do 5100 divided by, oh wait, I gotta 60. It's 85, and I have to remember that we're asking about percent, so I have to put in my percent. That's going to be the hard part right here, is you have to remember that you're solving for percent. So maybe when you read the problem and it says what percent, you just automatically put your percent button in, and that way you won't forget that when you solve it, you're going to put 85 next to it, or the number that you get next to it. That's just a tip there to how to get the problem without without forgetting your label. Okay, so next one, 95% of what number is 57? So I'm going to do this one with the equation they gave you. So is 57, that means the equal, so the amount is 57. 95% of what number? Oh, this is very similar to the first one of last time. So I'm going to do 57 divided by 95%, or 0.95. So 57 divided by 0.95 is 60. So then I'm going to type in here 60. And the next one, I am going to do the ratio, or proportion, I mean. 15%, so that goes where the percent is, and the hundred's always there. Of 80, 80 comes right after of, is what? So we don't know this one. So when I cross multiply, I do 80 times 15, and then I'm going to divide by 100, because 100x equals 80 times 15, divide by 100. Okay, that'll give us the percent. So I'm going to do 80. I have to clear. Oh, my calculator is up. Oh, that's because I'm still in print. I still have my pen on. 15 divided by 100, and you get 12. So x equals 12. And that's the end of the lesson.